Hello my dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel, that's Concepts of Chemistry. Before starting today's lecture, please do subscribe my channel. So my dear student, in the previous lectures we have done the discovery of electron, protons, the neutrons, the discovery of nucleus, the atomic number, mass number. So today we are going to attempt the numericals of all the concepts. So I have written some numericals already, so we are going to solve them. So my dear students, the very first numerical. The first numerical is saying that calculate the number of electrons, protons and neutrons in bromine with the atomic number of 35 and the mass number of 80. So my dear students, first of all, this 35 is atomic number. So I am writing atomic number, it comes out to be 35. I have told you the number of electrons is equal to the number of protons and it is equal to the atomic number. That means number of electrons comes out to be 35 in this case. Number of protons comes out to be again 35 in the bromine. So now calculate the number of neutrons. So I am writing complete lesson. Number of neutrons, it comes out to be mass number minus atomic number. What's mass number over here? It's 80. It's 80 minus what's the atomic number? Is 35. It comes out to be 45. My number of neutrons comes out to be 45 for the bromine. So my dear students, hope you got the first numerical. Please do have a look of it. So my dear students, I'm going to start with next numerical. The question is saying calculate the mass of 1 mole of neutron. So I have to calculate the mass of 1 mole of neutrons. So first of all, I'm writing mass of 1 neutron. The mass of 1 neutron comes out to be 1.66 into 10 raised to the power minus 27 kilograms. Now let's evaluate how many number of neutrons will be there in 1 mole of it. So I'm writing number of neutrons in 1 mole. We have studied that thing in the mole concept lecture. So I'm writing the number of neutrons in 1 mole comes out to be Avogadro number, which is 6.022 into 10 raised to the power 23. So I'm now evaluating mass of 1 mole of neutron. The mass of 1 mole of neutron will be the mass of 1 neutron, that is 1.66 into 10 to the minus 27 into the number of neutrons in 1 mole. It comes out to be 6.022 into 10 raised to the power 23. So this comes out to be 1.008 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 kilograms. So it was a very easy numerical. Please do have a look. So now students, let's move to the next numerical. The next numerical is saying calculate the number of electrons, protons and neutrons in calcium 2 positive ion. First of all, I am just writing the calcium atom. That's my calcium atom. The atomic number of calcium is 20 and the mass number for calcium is 40. Now what will happen when calcium will lose 2 electrons only then Ca2 positive ion will form. So we have to calculate the number of electron, protons and neutrons in Ca2 positive ion. Now carefully examine it. The mass number remains the same. Mass number remains the same. The calcium has lost 2 electrons, but calcium haven't lost the number of protons or any number of neutrons. So I am writing here mass number remains same. It comes out to be 40. Now how many electrons were there in calcium initially? Number of electrons is equal to the atomic number, obviously. So number of electrons initially were 20. Calcium has lost 2 electrons. So in Ca2 positive ion, number of electrons comes out to be 18. Just 20 minus 2, 18. Calcium has lost the 2 electrons. So 20 minus 2 comes out to be 18. So the number of electrons in Ca2 positive ion will be 18. Now, what's the number of protons? Initially, I am writing number of protons were 20. When calcium has formed the Ca2 positive ion, the number of protons will not change. So, the number of protons, I am writing number of protons will remain same in Ca2 positive ion as that of the Ca calcium atom. It comes out to be 20. So the very same way the number of neutrons will also remain same. So number of neutrons initially in a calcium atom comes out to be, that's the mass number minus atomic number. The mass number is 40, the atomic number is 20. It comes out to be 20. So here in this case the number of neutrons will remain same. It comes out to be again 20. Whenever any atom forms any ion, can it be a, maybe it be a cation or an anion or an anion. In case of cation, the number of electron decrease. In case of anion, the number of electron increase, but their mass number remains the same. The number of protons and the number of neutrons will not change until and unless any nuclear reaction occur. So this is the reaction in which the number of electrons has decreased, that is Ca2 positive ion have been formed from its parent atom, that is calcium atom. So the mass number is 40 for Ca2 positive ion. The number of electron for Ca2 positive ion will be 18. The number of protons and the number of neutrons will remain same, that is 20 and 20. So let's move to the question number 4. In question number 4 I have to complete this table. So there the two atoms and the two ions are given and I have to complete the table. So my dear students, firstly I'm talking for nitrogen first. The N stands for nitrogen. Now I'm talking about nitrogen first. What's the atomic number of nitrogen? It's 7. And what's the mass number of nitrogen? It's 14. Now how many number of electrons will be there in nitrogen? The atomic number is the number of electrons and the number of protons. So number of electrons will be 7 and the number of protons will also be a 7. So how many neutrons will be there? So it's obviously the mass number minus atomic number. For nitrogen it comes out to be 14 minus 7 and it comes out to be 7. So I hope you got the mass number, atomic number, protons, electrons and neutrons for the nitrogen. So now let's talk about the aluminium. The second one is aluminium. It's aluminium. Now what's the atomic number of aluminium? It's 13. What's the mass number of aluminium? First of all, atomic number 13 is odd, so it's 13 to the 26 plus 1. For odd atomic number, the mass number is atomic number into 2 plus 1. I'm writing it over here. For odd atomic numbers, mass number will be equal to the 2 into atomic number plus 1, and for even atomic numbers and for even atomic numbers, mass number will be equal to the 2 into atomic number. But my dear students, this technique is only applicable from atomic number 1 to 20. This technique is applicable only for the atomic number 1 to atomic number 20. So let's come back to the question. It's an atomic number 13. It's an odd one, so it's 13 to the 26 plus 127. The mass number comes out to be 27. So now let's talk about the number of electron. The atomic number is 13, so the number of electrons will be 13 and the number of protons will also be 13. So what's the number of neutrons? It's 27 minus 13. 27 minus 13 comes out to be 14. 27 minus 13 comes out to be 14. So now let's talk about the sulfur. This is sulfur. What's the atomic number of sulfur? It's 16. It's an even atomic number, so 16 to the 32. I will get the mass number to be 32. So how many electrons are there? According to atomic number, it's 16, but it's sulfur 2 negative. There is sulfur 2 negative. That means sulfur has gained 2 electrons. Already electrons were 16. Sulfur has gained 2 electrons. So now the number of electrons will be 18. Number of protons will remain same. It was 16. The atomic number 16. So number of protons will be 16. Number of electrons will be 16 plus 2 electrons, because sulfur has an oxidation state of 2 negative. 2 negative state stands for that sulfur has gained 2 electrons. So it comes out to be 16 plus 2 comes out to be 18. So how many number of neutrons are there? Is atomic is A minus Z. So the mass number A is 32. The atomic number Z is 16. So it comes out to be 16 neutrons. So now let's talk about the potassium. So I'm writing about potassium now. What's the atomic number of potassium? It's 19. 19. It's an odd atomic number. So mass number will be 19 into 2, 38 plus 1, 39. So the mass number comes out to be 39. So here the number of electrons. The number of electrons will be 19 in a potassium atom. It's a K positive, K plus 1 ion. That means potassium has lost 1 electron. So number of electrons will be 19 minus 1. It comes out to be 18 electrons. So what's the number of protons? The atomic number is 19. So number of protons will be 19. So let's calculate the number of neutrons. It's A minus Z. What's A over here? Is 39. The mass number is 39. Sorry. The mass number is 39. What's the atomic number? It's 19. So it's 39 minus 19. It comes out to be 20. So we are having 20 neutrons in case of potassium. Hopefully my students, you got this thing. So I'm moving to the next numerical. It's a very interesting numerical. Now the question is saying an element with mass number 81. That means my A, that is number of protons plus number of neutrons, it comes out to be 81. Now further it contains the question is saying it contains 31.7% more neutrons as compared to protons. So I'm writing 31.7% more neutrons. 31.7% more neutrons than protons. So I have to assign the atomic symbol. The question is asking for the atomic symbol. So I'm writing first of all, let the number of protons to be x. So what will be the number of neutrons? I am writing number of neutrons. Neutrons are 31.7% more than protons. That means if I am adding 31.7% of x, 31.7% of x to x. So I have summed up 31.7% of x and x. You will get the number of neutrons. So that's the relation that I have derived from the sentence 31.7% more neutrons than protons. I have assumed my number of protons to be x. So 31.7% of x plus x comes out to be the number of neutrons. So what next? So it comes out to be 31.7 divided by 100 into x plus x. It comes out to be 0.317 x plus x. So it comes out to be 1.317 x comes out to be the number of neutrons. So what next? So let's talk about the mass number A. It is number of protons plus number of neutrons. So it is 81 over here. What I have assumed? I have assumed my number of protons to be x. So my number of protons are x. And what's the relationship between the number of protons and the number of neutrons? I have derived this thing. It's the number of neutrons now plus the number of neutrons comes out to be 1.317 x. So it comes out to be 81. It comes out to be 2.317 x. Max comes out to be 81 divided by 2.317 and our x comes out to be 35. Our x comes out to be 35. So x is the number of protons. So this thing is my atomic number. So that comes out to be the atomic number. So who's my element with the atomic number of 35? It's bromine. It's bromine. The atomic number is 35 and the mass number is given in the question. It's 81. So that's the symbol of the element which we have to find from the question. Hopefully you got this thing. I have evaluated the atomic number. It comes out to be 35. So 35 stands for bromine. Bromine, I have represented my element bromine. On the left bottom I have written 35 and on the top left I have written the mass number. It comes out to be 81. So that was the fifth question. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 6. Now question number 6. The question is saying an ion with a mass number 37. First of all, the mass number A. The mass number A, it comes out to be 37, which is equal to the number of protons plus number of neutrons. Now, an ion with mass number 37 possesses 1 unit negative charge. If the ion contains 11.1% more neutrons than electrons, then find the symbol of the ion. So first of all, I'm writing it's 11.1% more neutrons, 11.1% more neutrons than protons. Now, sorry, 11% more percent is question. In question is given electrons. It's 11.1% more neutrons than electrons. So let the number of electrons, let number of electrons comes out to be x. Now the question is saying that symbol is having 1 unit negative charge. The atomic symbol is carrying 1 unit negative charge. What does it means? That atom is having 1 extra electron. So I'm writing then number of electrons, it is negative charge, so it will be the anion. So the number of electrons in anion will be x plus 1 because it's 1 unit negative charge. So that's x plus 1. So now there are 11.1% more neutrons than electrons, which are x plus 1 in number. So I'm writing number of neutrons will be equal to the 11.1% of x plus 1 plus x plus 1. So what I have done, I have added 11.1% of x plus 1 and the x plus 1. It will give me the number of neutrons. So let's evaluate it. So it comes out to be 11.1 divided by 100 into x plus 1 plus x plus 1. So it comes out to be 0.111 of x plus 0.111 plus x plus 1, and it comes out to be 1.111x plus 1.111. So it comes out to be the number of neutrons. I have got the relation of number of neutrons and the electrons. So now let's write the mass number. The mass number is A. It is equal to the number of protons plus number of neutrons. The mass number is 37. What's the number of protons? Now just check it out carefully. The number of electrons are x. The number of electrons are x. It is also equal to the number of protons. So number of protons also comes out to be the x. So I'm putting it over here. So it comes out to be number of protons comes out to be x. And what's the number of neutrons? We have just find out the relationship. This is the relationship that we will use over here. So this thing comes out to be 1.111x plus 1.111. So it comes out with 37. It will be 2.111x plus 1.111. So our x comes out to be 17. The number of electrons or the number of protons comes out to be 17. The 17 is the atomic number that stands for chlorine. The atomic number is 17 and the mass number comes out to be 37 with the 1 unit negative charge. So it comes out to be minus 1. So this is the representation of the symbol of the anion which the question was asking. So my dear students, hopefully you got this thing also. So these were the some examples of the numericals which I have done over here. If any student have some doubt in these questions, please do leave their doubt in the comment section of this lecture. And if any student wants to book a paid one-to-one online class, then she can contact me. My phone number is mentioned on the thumbnail of this lecture. So I hope you all understood today's lecture. So please do like, subscribe and share my channel to maximum number of students. Don't forget to press the subscribe button. Stay blessed.